Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Decisive Campaigns Barbarossa. Alright, we are going to start a game as the Germans. In the preview version of this game I did the Soviets for a couple of turns. And I'm going to play the Germans. The Germans actually play really different, from the Soviets. Obviously, you have a different leader structure, where with the Soviets you play Joseph Stalin, whose biggest enemy is basically himself, who has full command of everything. In the German campaign you play Marshal Halder, which is a subordinate of Hitler, and you actually get to deal with the Führer as sort of a wild card with his own zany ideas. So there we go. This is a special pre-start turn. That's the first turn we're going to play, the pre-start turn. Just as with the Soviets, we have to make some decisions based on what we want to prioritize. So there we go. This should be summoned, not summoned. Summoned to Berlin. Or you could delegate the paperwork, ignore everything, and get on with the war. Well, I am going to have a look here. Alright, essentials for commanders. Yeah, I know about all of this. So I've actually read the manual, and here we are. This is the front here. It looks familiar to those of you who have seen me play the Gary Grigsby's scenarios. And it looks like, well, we are either going for Rostov, Moscow, where is it? Here we are. Or up here, Leningrad. We need to make sure that we get at least one of them for a minor victory, if I recall correctly. Obviously, more is better. So there we go. Alright, so let's look at our army for a second. Ooh, that's a bit too far. Actually, it's not bad. You can take a good look. So we've got all kinds of units here. Infantry divisions, obviously. Infantry divisions. Some motorized infantry, I think. Yeah, there we go. Some SS motorized, the Totenkopf. So those guys are going to be pretty darn essential to our success. And our Panzer divisions are also here. Panzer 3, Panzer 2, Panzer 4, mainly. There we go. So these guys are going to be the exploiting the gap troops. Let's have a look. Yeah, we've got them in the front here for some reason. I don't know why. But I guess we're going for is this Sverdlovsk? What is that? Can we see the map without the units on it? That would be great. I have no idea. I don't know that. I have read the manual. I know the attack button is A. So if you hit A whilst having an enemy unit selected, you then select which unit will attack it. As far as I know, that is how it works. Here's Lvov. Here we are. Minsk, obviously, being an important sort of target to take. Also, if you look at the map, just as with Gary Grigsby's, you see that the railway lines, such as these, are grey, and such as these are red. The reason for that is the same as in Gary Grigsby's and is in real life. The Germans had to cope with a different rail gauge system. Basically, the Soviet rail system had different measurements, which made it impossible to use German locomotives on these rail lines, as they could not. I guess they could not take turns and switches and such in their configuration as they were. So they had to switch to Russian locomotives often, which was a thing. Obviously, that took a long time to work around. Well, it looks like we've got a pretty solid front here. And the only thing I'm really worried about is this. I don't know why we have a gap there. And is there anything down south? No, there isn't. So yeah, Rostov is gonna be a thing. Obviously Baku, if we can get to it, it's gonna be a thing. Stalingrad, there we go. But we should be able to get the Vitoshilivgrad, I think. The main advantage we have is that the Russians have, well, they have Stalin, which makes it kind of difficult. And we also have allies in the form of the Finns, so they'll keep them nice and busy up here in the north. And Russians have very relatively bad troops for going for them. Yeah, they have some early T-34s, but not at all many. So they mainly have these T-26s in there. They're just cannon fodder. Yeah, they do have the T-34s though. Well, if you look at the tank units we have, like 75, 50, 30 versus 5. Yeah, there you go. 115 of these T-26s are not going to help much. Anyways, I believe, have a decision to make. And I'm going to see if I can figure out where they put it. I have no idea. Brief. No. Stats. No. Oop. No. Reps. Summon to Berlin. Ah, here we go. We've got a decision. The Führer has requested your presence in Berlin to agree upon the strategy for Operation Barbarossa. Transport will be provided, and you are expected to be present and correct at the Reich Chancellery at 10 hours on Monday morning. Yeah. We are going there with the staff car. The Mercedes. Delegating staff officers to be present in lieu of yourself is not acceptable, so I'm the only one invited. The Führer is busy and prompt arrival would be wise. Thank you, Jodl, from Zassen. Zassen Military School. Yeah. Reliability neutral, bias neutral, traits Nazi, toady. Okay, so Jodl is like a groveling dick. I'll make that decision. There we go. You want me to Berlin? Fine. Support Hitler's plan. Indicate full support for Hitler's ambitions and strategy. Moscow or bust. You are convinced that taking Moscow is the key to success. Demand military independence. What does the Führer want? He's requested to Berlin. I have no idea what he's gonna figure, but I'm gonna go with Hitler for now. I'm not sure what he's gonna do. Okay, this option is considered easiest. Okay. You'll take a personal interest in your progress to end the war. Expect a measure of interference. Oh boy. Okay. So if we were picking Moscow, he would be less interfering with us, as I read it here. Holding and taking Moscow. He will then step back. This is the best way to get the Führer to step back. But he won't give us extra resources. You win the game by capturing any one of the 3 objectives. Leningrad, Moscow or Rostov, and holding it for a month. If you take Rostov, you must also take either hold Sevastopol or Kharkov. This is so difficult, yeah. What will we do? This is a very, very important one. Okay. I decide to go to Moscow. We'll do that first. And I apparently chose to support Hitler. Alright. Okay, what else do we have as decisions right now? The Eisenbahntruppe construction battalions are standing ready to convert Russian rail to standard gauge, suitable for German locomotives and rolling stock. Advanced planning is crucial as there is a requirement for intensive timetable adjustments to allow the track conversion to take place. We need to know which initial route that you wish to blah blah blah. Right. And that's Army Group North, AGN. I think I will. I think I will try and make a dash for Leningrad. So I want to take the route to Leningrad first. Kaunas, Niga, Narva. Yeah. Definitely. Decide. That's ours. And motorize the Eisenbahntruppen. Ow. I guess I will do that. Supply the Eisenbahntruppen. What's the difference? They're undermanned or undersupplied. Let's do that at least. Give them supplies. There we go. What if Finland? I've been in discussion with the Finnish Prime Minister Risto Ryti, and he informs me that Finland is willing to sign the binding military alliance with us. I strongly urge you that we follow through on this, so it will ensure the Finnish allies launch immediate offensive. Yes, we will do that. And if this doesn't cost us anything, we will also say... There we are, it doesn't. Great. Do we have any more points left? Can we make this decision? We have 68 political points, so yes, we will also motorize them. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna select route AGC just yet. We'll do that once we get things on the way, I hope. And I'm pretty much taking things in the northern direction. I want to go for Leningrad as quickly as I'm able. So Vilnius is important. That's going to be a main target. We want to sort of cut in Vilnius and then possibly Minsk. And then cut north. Yeah, we're going to focus on north because they're already occupied with the Finnish. Tallinn, Riga obviously being important harbor cities we need. Alright. I think that concludes our pre-strike turn. Current turn. How do we turn over turn? End this turn? Yes, I guess. You have delegated one decision. Are you sure you want to end your turn? Yes. That one decision can be delegated to somebody else. I don't care about that. There we go. Center. Interesting decision. Not going to go with it. I want a focus on the north. Alright, the AI initialization starts. There we are. Executing front. And it's our turn, I guess. Alright. After the first shock, the enemy has turned to fight. There have been instances of tactical withdrawals, and no doubt also disorderly retreats, but there are no indications of an attempted operational disengagement. That's what is in my diary at the moment. Yeah, that's an actual extract from Halder's diary. Franz Halder, who led this attack on Russia, and it's the guy we're playing again. Alright, Hitler Directive number 21. The Führer, after listening to all advice, has issued the directive and expects all commanders to adhere to his preferred strategy. Priority 1, I figured it out right, is Leningrad. Priority 2, destroy army HQs. We will. And the 3 and 4 are interesting, but not currently our focus. We are going to try and push through to the heart of socialism, which is not Moscow, but Leningrad in this particular era. Obviously, it's a very important symbolical value. So, that is what we're going with, guys. Okay, Von Bock gives bonuses, yeah, neutral. A poor relationship with FM4 gives penalties, yeah. Great. So our aide de camp is giving us the run of the mill. We don't. Von Rundstedt doesn't like us in the south. Fuck him. We're not focusing on the south. He can just do whatever the hell he wants. Army Group North. We need to decide who has command focus. Okay, we'll figure out. Your siege artillery is sitting idle in Warsaw, so we can tell them to move up And I believe the siege artillery did go to Army Group North historically, so that's what we'll do, I think. Assign this theater artillery spots. Okay. Great, great. The Luftwaffe is fully occupied obtaining air superiority. We'll leave them at that, I think. First division failed to deploy. Four divisions pending deployment. 6 decisions outstanding requiring your attention. Okay. Let's have a good look around before we do anything. I would really like to smash through to Minsk, Vilnius and Kaunas in the first few turns. Securing that line, sort of, and then moving north, taking Riga. I might want to take Riga and Minsk first, though. Just this little triangle. Jakobstadt, yeah. Alright, let's have a good look. Let's look at the decisions before we end this video. And then we can figure out what we're gonna do next time. There we go, the decisions. Expand the Romanian oil fields. That's actually a pretty good one. In the event of a prolonged campaign, very possible, it would be wise to ensure a secure supply of oil. The Royal Navy is expected to interdict the seaborne imports, which serves to enhance the value of oil production in Romania. The Plosti oil fields are currently producing about 13 million BBLs per year. That's probably barrels, I guess. Bulk barrels? Yeah, probably. Under our agreement with Romania, Germany has right to half this amount. German oil technicians have indicated that it might be possible to rapidly expand the output for Romanian the fields to our advantage. So that's a one. Okay. Theater allocations. An opportunity has arisen to tweak theater fuel allocations. Currently, Army Group Center has the largest share, but this reflects the fact that FM von Bock has 2 panzergroupers under his command. Okay, and Army Group South apparently also has quite a bit of fuel there. We are currently configured for a balanced advance through the 3 theaters. This is a safe journeyman's approach. If you wish to change, let me know as soon as possible, as the logistical pipeline responds to gentle nudges rather than sharp prods. Thank you, General Wagner from Posen. Right, the D+2 air offensive. Göring has sent me this, I guess. Yes, he has. Reports are in from 3 Luftwaffe commandants. It appears our initial air offensive has been outstanding success. In fact, it's hard to believe the extent of our victory, but reconnaissance flights have confirmed that with the logical mind it cannot fathom. Initial estimates are over 2,000 enemy planes destroyed, mostly on the ground, at the cost of approximately 40 of our own planes. Fragmentation bomblets used against runways were found to on occasion explode prematurely, and this accounted for half our losses. Okay. The few enemy fighters that did manage to get airborne were easily dealt with. A poor level of pilot training was evident. It is important not to forget that we are fighting a primitive people. Well, here we go. Fanatical Nazi there. And we should not expect them to have harnessed the power of flight to achieve military aims. Actually, the Russian Air Force was very, very strong initially. Almost as strong as the Germans, in fact. But they did lack some experience. Nor should we be surprised when they manifestly fail to take even basic defensive precautions at their airfields. It will be a short campaign. Well, we'll see. Security divisions. Okay, so there's a question of security divisions per theater. Army Group North. General-Lieutenant von Rox is Huguenot nobility with a long family tradition of military service. Prior to the Ostfront, he had responsibility for training country rifle battalions in France, which was perhaps not the best background for his current assignments. I have it on good authority that he spent most of his time residing in the Hotel Claridge on the Champs-Élysées. Excellent wines, I'm told, but the kind of establishment that make a man soft and flabby, both in mind and body. As he is currently commanding CDR 707 Rear Area Army, I cannot offer any recommendation other than to suggest you keep a sharp eye on him. Is he doing a decent job of mopping up? Should he be switched to an anti-partisan duty? Either way, make sure the man spends his time out in the field and not propping the nearest bar. Propping. even. He has a reliability of poor, a bias of negative, and traits anti-Nazi. From Braukic. That's a wonderful character. We should make that decision, I think. I feel that's a good idea. Alright. Army Group Center, Schenkendorf is poor, negative, anti-Nazi. What the hell, man? They were given... Von Rox, apparently. Karl von Rox. General Lieutenant von Rox. Okay, but Braukic himself is... Oh, that's the guy that's poor, negative, and anti-Nazi. Okay. Too bad. Let's look at the daily log for Army Group North. Okay, the Finnish government has not agreed going beyond the border. Okay, great. Von Leip, Army Group North, is willing to consider new ideas. Okay. He has not determined a command focus. Okay. Okay, there's some change to the truck pool. We lost 12. Construction battalion effort plus 67, so that went up. Truck maintenance at minus 4%. Logistical pipeline info. Okay. We're doing okay-ish. We've expanded fuel for Blitzkrieg posture. And the Fuhrer is willing to consider alternative PG dispositions. Okay. Panzergruppen disposition, I guess. Okay, expected resupply this turn 100. Current ammunition stockpile at level 100, so it's all full. Siege artillery at Warsaw, so we need to figure out if we can get them over. Can't click that. Civil affair. Or is it like a... Oh, it's a tooltip, of course. Wait. If it's overrun or either destroyed or forced to retreat, your siege artillery will be lost. Well, we're gonna need it. At Leningrad. Overall partisan level and risk of activity is nothing at the moment because we haven't taken any partisan lands yet. Main airfield at Tilsit quality, well, that's fine. Upgrades, we can upgrade that, okay. Luftwaffe fuel level is good. Net effort is also good. Alright, well the rest we should read. Just make sure we have an idea. Okay. Got some bonuses in the center there because we're working with General von Bock. Good. And the rest is pretty much the same deal. Yeah. Armed Group South. Got a penalty because we're working with von Rundstedt, who's not very willing to go with our thing here. Whatever, man. Fuck it. The rest is pretty similar. Order of battle. Okay, so we've got the 99th Light Infantry Division, which is expected to deploy soon, a 20% chance. Some Hungarians, same. And this one, 79th Infantry Division. And a Cavalry Division, okay. The Hungarians are going to spawn with a 100% chance. That's good to know. Fuel allocation. Yay, we got some fuel. 5,000, which is 20% of everything. Okay, everyone is good with the Luftwaffe. Okie dokie. Great. Got more political PowerPoints there to deal with. It's a finite number, so it's good that there's actual political PowerPoints coming our way. Because of the decision we made to follow Hitler in his whims. Chief of Staff Marlon Kuba, handicap. Okay. We delegated him that last decision. That's great. Oh. General Gurke is upset. For whatever reason. Took 2 hours to resolve this, mynheer. I had to forgo my lunch on your behalf. Oh. Okay, yeah. Whatever. Intel, OKW intelligence confidently estimate Russia to have no more than 213 divisions, 154 infantry, 25 cavalry and 37 motorized divisions, including vintage tanks and armored cars. Troop quality marginal, mostly peasant conscripts. This is all good. Good stuff. Illiterate with little training. Little combat experience. Officers performed poorly in Poland. Ability to mobilize once hostiles begins assessed as limited due to poor organization and counterproductive Communist Party ideology. Good. Civilian population is expected to favor our rival, especially in the west. So that's probably Ukraine. Ukraine actually got slaughtered after the Germans invaded. Well, they could have had about 1 million men more on their arms if they had left them alive. They were very willing to come up and fight Stalin. But then Hitler had political ideas there, which totally fucked things up. These are the game logs. Yes, Hitler directive, we got that. Political cities, the north gets the priority. Great. Existing decorations. Sort of problem decorations prior to the start of the campaign. Okay, we've got Iron Cross, a nice cross of the Iron Cross. Great. Don't care right now. Victory conditions. We support Hitler's strategy. We need the #1 priority captured in late 41. You must hold the objective through the end of January 42. Romanians are trusted allies. Finland signs the military agreement, hopefully. And victory point adjustment for... yeah, okay. Nah, that's fine. We took those decisions and apparently it cost us victory points. You know that. Difficulty is 104%, so it's a little bit more difficult. Normal level selected, okay. Past relationships, +9. Great. Performance evaluation. High command are compelled, but if you're in their professionalism to closely monitor your performance. How do they like me right now? They're not telling me. Fine. At the camp. Saw this. Alright, then we have all the different Panzergruppen. They're all at operational strength. Yep, they are. Army Group North is doing great. Everyone else is also doing great. Rail capacity, not doing so great, but, well, our rail guys will fix that, right? And then there's truck columns, and we've got some maintenance to do. There we go. And we already lack trucks. Great. Well, almost. Next round we will lack trucks. Damn it. Okay, well, that's it for the reports. We are going to just have one more look at the map. It looks like, yeah, we definitely have truck columns coming here from the headquarters here, Okaha, and the Army Group South headquarters. So this is the operational command, I guess. This is Army Group North, Army Group Center. There we go. Army Group Center is well established in the middle here. Alright, so the plan, before I leave you, will be to try and encircle as many of the Russian troops as we can, push through their center as best we can, and the north. The south, I suspect will have issues, because we only have Romanians, Hungarians, and only a couple of German units there. 11th Army Group is there. And it's pretty small, as you can see. Lvov should fall relatively quickly. There's no river to take. And Minsk is a ways away, but we're gonna sure as heck try. I guess this is Sverdlovsk, I'm not sure. No, it's different. It's a different Lovsk. I don't know what's going on. My geography of Russia is very bad. I'm very sorry. And all of this, Vilnius, Minsk, Dunaburg, Jakobstadt, Riga, Windau, Lipaja, all of that I want in 1 or 2 turns if possible. If I can. That's maybe a little bit ambitious, but at least these border cities, Kaunas, should be no problem. With this disorganized 8th Army, we should be fine. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, this sort of prelude to the actual battle video, please leave a like and or comment. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Check out the social links in the description. There's a nice Patreon page. Check that out if you will, please. And see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching yet again. And see you next time. Also, one last thing. If you have tips or suggestions on what to do with the decisions, leave them in the links. In the comments, of course, not the links. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.